Hello and welcome to the UTB Blogcast number 90. We're getting closer and closer to that 100th show.
90!
Yeah, we're what, 6 away now?
That's the metric system, right, Dave?
Yeah,
that's
Canadian math. We have Dave, of course, Roy, Wayno, and Brad tonight. And we are going to open up with Brad because he got a special delivery this week.
I did. I got my key one. God, this is awesome.
Hey,
I'm getting out of it.
That's not what you were just showing us a minute ago.
Okay,
No,
okay. Next subject. Next subject. I don't have one, so we're not allowed to talk about it. Next subject.
Thanks, guys.
Come on, Brad. You know everyone wants to hear what you think about it.
I mean, I've had it for less than 48 hours. And, you know, when I saw the phone, obviously, I love the design. Like, the design is perfect. Like, I can't think of anything better that they could have done on this phone. Just looking at the photos and seeing the design, for someone like me, a physical keyboard lover, an old school BlackBerry lover, it's just perfect. That's the word I keep coming back to. But I didn't think that the user experience would be that much different than my Priv, right? Because I love my Priv. And I knew that, like, the form factor was slightly different, but I figured it would feel about the same. My God, it does not. It is incredible. I mean, it's just, it's perfect. Like, I seriously think, and I mean, granted, I'm in that honeymoon phase. I haven't had it for more than 2 days, but it feels so good in the hand. And, like, the screen's slightly smaller. I don't miss that at all. And what's striking me as really odd is, like, I work and play with a bunch of people that haven't seen any current BlackBerries except for what I've had, right? They could care less about BlackBerries. They're all Samsung and iPhone people. And I really figured me showing up with the classic candy bar phone, because they've been very positive about the slider, right? Everyone's like, ooh, a slider when you show them. But I figured when I showed up with a keyboard that was not a slider, that's permanently on the phone, I would start getting some sort of trash talk. Nothing yet. And all everybody's saying is that it's a nice looking phone, right? I mean, like, there's some people that are saying, oh, I missed the keyboard, or I remember having a keyboard, but I have not got a single negative comment on this phone in 2 days, and that shocks the heck out of me.
Well, you know, I'm really glad that you're impressed with it, and really, Rob only shipped it to you to see if it would melt in California sunshine. Because we heard it was kind of warm there, and
you have no idea, which is why I am actually coming to you from my old bedroom at my parents' house right now.
And you did say it was candy bar, and those things melt, so you know.
True.
Cheers.
Cheers, buddy.
Oh, look at that. Dave's got a beer. Oh. And here I am.
Yeah, we're late
today
because Dave fell asleep, but he managed to get up in time to get a beer before logging on.
Check this out.
Oh,
it's called,
look at that.
Dude Chillin'. Dude Chillin'. Yeah. Pale ale.
So I got a phone that's perfectly designed for me, and Dave got a beer that's perfectly designed for him.
Yeah, one of them's a little more permanent, but okay. No, I can't tell you how on the fence I am. I mean, the D-Tech 60 I've been using is such a beast and a wonderful piece of machinery. And every time, which is multiple times a day, I look at a key one, it's just like, oh, man. I want to do it.
But you are a virtual keyboard guy. You know what I mean? I know that you have the Passport. I know you love the Passport, but even on your Torch, you said you use the virtual keyboard.
For the most part, yeah, and same with the Priv. For the most part. So 80-20 rule, and Oh yeah.
Sorry guys, it's not my house.
Yeah, that's BlackBerry Mobile. They want their key 1 back.
How long is that going to go?
Okay. I don't know, but you have a mute button, just for the record.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, don't we know about that?
Wado knows I have a mute button.
Bastard.
Never been used.
Yeah.
Anyway, looks good to me.
I mean, we know another. Well, we know supposedly 3 other phones are coming this year, is what we heard before the Key 1 came out, and now there's leaks or information about another phone coming. And to be honest, I haven't looked at them. I haven't, but from what I saw in the chatter, it sounds like potentially an all-touch Key 1 or a follow-up to the DTEC 60. Did you guys look at that at all, see what they were saying?
No, I haven't seen it. I think I heard mentioned somewhere that someone thought the next one might be a slab, but if that's true, I wouldn't be tempted because I already have one and it kicks some pretty solid ass. So I really don't see much of a reason to change for that. I'd be way more likely to change for a Key 1 style.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, the SOC in the DTEC 60 is amazing, and the stereo speakers are amazing. The only thing, like one of the kick-ass things I'd want to change to the Key 1 for is the battery. I love that in a feature. To me, the battery is it's close to being a number 1. And I do like me a good keyboard. The Passport proved that. The Priv, I used it. 80-20 rule, maybe 20%. And it certainly has its uses. The Key 1 would be amazing for me because I would have all of the keys mapped to do something that I wanted to do. That would probably be the second thing I did after I added all my accounts. I don't know. It's more of a compelling idea to change to that than it would be to get another slab, considering how good the DTEC 60 is.
I saw a tweet that mentioned that the next TCL device will be rebrand Alcatel 5 something, a full touch device.
Right.
Potentially.
So yeah, what's that going to have in it? A Snapdragon 835 or, you know?
I hope that BlackBerry Mobile will successfully keep their next devices in secret, and we will they will reveal them, and then we will know about them. I just don't like the leaks.
I'd like to see it, whatever they decide to reveal, released pretty much straight away, rather than having the long drawn out delays. You know, announce the device and let's get it out there.
I think they learned the lesson, and this is the first BlackBerry device. I don't know if they thought and analyzed how much attraction the device will have.
Do you think another all-touch BlackBerry will have the same sort of demand that the Key 1 did?
Yeah.
I don't know, it's hard to say. I mean, a lot of people out there, the majority of buyers would go for an all-touch, you know, coming from a Samsung or an iPhone.
Right.
It's probably only the BlackBerry diehards or the ones that have had a BlackBerry in the past that would see the Key 1 and you know, wow, this is different. You know, let's give this a go. But if they haven't been a keyboard fan, I think they would tend to stick with an all-touch device.
I just think
personally, I don't know. I like the DTEC 60. I was close to looking at getting that. But the Priv was still on contract, and the wife would have shot me if I'd gone and looked at buying that. So, look, I'm still weighing up whether I do look at the Key 1 or maybe hold off a little bit and see what comes out later. Unless someone decides to buy me a Key 1, that'd be nice.
Never happened. Nobody on this planet is nice
no.
enough to do anything like that.
No.
I think the Key 1...
if your name's Brad, that's a different story.
I'm still amazed, man. I have no idea what happened or why it happened, and I feel like a jerk for taking it, but damn, this phone's awesome.
Yeah.
Look, in case people haven't read your article yet, it was kind of brought up in our BBM group. One of the guys, Nick, had mentioned it, and Brad kind of laughed it off. And then we started a private chat, and it turned serious. And, before you knew it, it was on order, and people were throwing in money for it. And we actually told Brad that we'd ordered him a UTB cap, baseball cap. So I'm a bit disappointed he's not wearing his baseball cap today.
So there's no hat?
No, I thought you would have had it on today. You didn't get the hat? That didn't turn up?
I didn't get a hat.
Oh, damn. You'll just have to settle on the Key 1 instead. Now stop whinging.
Yeah. Oddly,
the hat
that
ain't
logo,
coming, son.
that logo on a cap was harder to do.
Seriously. You have no idea how hard it is.
Mm-hmm.
Would have been cheaper too.
Congrats to Rob for captaining that whole thing and actually physically making it happen.
Yeah. Mission accomplished. Brad was surprised. It turned up on his door and he was expecting a cap.
I was.
Yeah.
I was like, how did this happen? I honestly, for a minute there, I was like, because I shop Best Buy, like window shop online all the time. I do that. I just flip through it on my phone. And when that showed up, I was like, did I accidentally order that?
Yeah. How drunk was I? Yeah.
A lot of times when you're shopping, it won't show prices until you put it in your cart. So you put stuff in your cart to see what the price is. And I'm just like, I didn't order that.
Yeah. Too funny.
But you didn't get one, you got two.
Yeah.
What happened there?
The other one is on its way back to Rob as we speak.
So that was the one that he bought for himself?
It was a mistake. They fulfilled his order twice.
Yeah, no, I think he...
Send it to me.
Yeah. I think he had one source, and then he canceled it and found that the other source had it with a quicker delivery. So I guess he didn't cancel it in time.
So here's breaking news. Next week on the UTB Blogcast, we're giving away a Key 1.
Yeah. Dude, people will be coming after us with pitchforks if you say that and there's not one. So
I guess he didn't really say that then. Yeah. Next time, use your
if we don't have one to give away, we'll just give them Brad's.
Hey! Brad will be coming with it.
So, next week on the UTB Blogcast.
Or something.
We're giving away Brad.
Yeah. Speaking of giveaways.
Somebody take Brad, please.
Well, we'll talk about the giveaway in a little bit. I want to talk more about Brad's other win of the week and what happened on Twitter.
Oh, Wayno didn't want us to speak about this because apparently
I'm
Wayno
not here because of what Wayno wants.
Apparently Wayno thinks I was a little whiny about the BlackBerry Spark not being a BBM last week. I think Wayno's wrong. And so I tweeted BBM asking them to please bring the Spark back. And they did respond like the following day that they were looking into it. So there's word, right? There's potential that the Spark could come back. We got the whole stay tuned sort of response. So, there
was other rumors going around. It was in fact a licensing deal.
Yeah, I don't know if that was something that we could speak about, but okay.
No, I mean, it was like I say, it was just a rumor that it was a possible licensing deal. that may have been included in it. So
well, let's see. When did MTech fully take over? And was there a Spark at that time?
There was, and then they got rid of it.
Yeah, and so if that's true, if Wayno's suggestion is correct, then that was included in a licensing deal that possibly expired, and they didn't want to bother renewing it, or somebody forgot to cross a T or dot an I, and it was taken away the next time an update happened or something,
or forgot to spark the notification.
Well, look, I mean, I don't know how if there's any truth in that. I mean, the Spark is still there. It's still there on the home screen icon.
But
it's
that's
just
not
on the BBM home screen icon. Yes, it is.
That's the BlackBerry launcher. That's the BlackBerry launcher that puts the Spark on your icons.
Okay.
On your home screen. Within BBM itself, there's no more Spark. Right. But like your launcher will put the Spark on your Gmail.
Launcher, you don't get that Spark?
Right.
And besides, those are two completely different licensing deals. BBM's on its own, and I don't know why every time I say launcher, I think lawn chair, but it's summertime, I guess. That would be a completely different licensing deal. Or something.
So, yeah. So just, hey, if you want the Spark back, you might want to remind them also every now and then that we want the Spark, and maybe someone.
Yes, Brad. How do people go about doing that?
At some point,
there's a hashtag,
you can always retweet me. Hey. Oh yeah, what was the hashtag? Bring
back the Spark.
Bring back the Spark. Was that it?
That's it. You made it.
It's been a long day, Wayno.
Yeah, I think he's forgotten a lot of shit ever since he opened that box 2 days ago.
Seriously. Yeah. I'm just buried in my phone.
Too funny.
You know what we really should have led off with is the biggest news of the day.
I thought your phone was the biggest news of the day.
It's my biggest news of the day.
I just wanted to get all your fangirling out of the way. But hey, if you want to segue to something else, go for it.
Oh, it's not going to be out of the way for quite some time. But
well, it was even big news for us because, we got quite a big
bring back the Spark.
No, not bring back the Spark, your phone.
It's bring back the Spark. That's what it is. You said bring the Spark back. It's bring back the Spark.
Yeah.
That's a hashtag.
I said bring back the Spark.
I don't think you did.
I did. Don't mute me.
All right, we're gonna be putting up a poll a little bit later, everybody, and
hashtag bring back the Spark.
You can all vote on who was right.
Okay, so today was our earnings call. And I think Roy's the man, right? Roy's the man with the info.
Yeah, because I'm the only one who
can read.
Yeah, something like this. So BlackBerry reported profitability for the Q1, and this is good news. The only reason that the stock is lower is because they missed the estimated revenue from the street. So I don't think that BlackBerry cares about the revenue for this time, but it's gonna be lower next quarter. I think that's what Chen said. The biggest thing that I think from this quarter report is the thing that Chen said that you can't speak more about is the deal with FedEx. He said that the BlackBerry Radar is now on FedEx trucks. and he said that FedEx will kill him if he will say more. And yeah, I think this is a big thing. If BlackBerry succeed to sign a deal with FedEx for bringing the radar to their trucks, is putting the BlackBerry radar as a moneymaker. Let's say it like this. This is a moneymaker. FedEx have thousands of trucks in the US, right? And if you get 10, as Jen said, about $200 for the device and $10 monthly subscription. So guess how much money BlackBerry can make?
I don't know.
Millions. There is nothing surprise or something that we didn't know on this quarter report. There's not a lot of numbers. It just said that they sold the last devices that they had. So BlackBerry have no device left to sell anymore in their warehouses. Most of the press conference was questions about radar and things, but he did say about Optimus going to release their next BlackBerry soon, and they're going to sign deals with more hardware manufacturers in Europe. I think it's more not just for the cybersecurity, it's more for a tablet or a smartwatch or a new hardware with the BlackBerry Android on it. But
are they going to put it out like alongside the new Transformers movie or what?
But it didn't expand. It just said it and continued. This is a good quarter for BlackBerry, and if it continue like this, they will end fiscal year 2018 with a good profit.
I thought I saw somewhere, I totally skimmed some of the information at work, and work was a little silly today. So I'm not sure if I'm reading that right, but it looked as though they were including some licensing numbers for Key One and Aurora. So we don't get to see how many or how much or whatever, but it's good to see that they actually, I think they stated that they were including those numbers. Was Chen on CNBC today? Yeah, that was today with Amber Kanwar. And I think that he was reiterating how very much he was reshaping the company again, you know, into a cybersecurity powerhouse type thing. That's the branding. That's the thing. Now, I don't know how long it's going to take for people to stop thinking about BlackBerry as a phone company, but he sure is working hard trying to get that message out. Also, don't want anybody to kill me for insinuating that I thought the share prices would at least be stable or go up or whatever, because they didn't. They took a dip.
Yeah,
they took a dip today, yeah.
Well, most of the sites and blogs are taking this really to the negative, which we should totally expect. But like one of the last posts I just saw before we started was Ars Technica, and their headline, it just struck me as funny that BlackBerry's no phone business model isn't working out as planned. And it's like, no, it's actually working out exactly as planned.
Yes.
because here we have our first quarter, you know, and we didn't meet the street's projections, but BlackBerry is not changing what they're saying going forward, right? So that means that what they're expecting is what's happening. So it just struck me as a funny headline. It's not working out as planned, and it's like, guys, if it wasn't working out as planned, changed their direction, right? To it.
Yeah, well, they just can't stop writing about phones, and they get up every morning still expecting it to be a phone company. And
even when BlackBerry finished the quarter with a small profit, so they don't have anything else to write about, so they need to search for looking for the negative, and the only thing that is negative is the revenue, and it will be lower next quarter and maybe the quarter after that because of the service fees, something like that. And in the next 3 quarters, it will be growth again. And when you're a cybersecurity company, a software company, you're not going to make billions from cybersecurity. So BlackBerry will make 300 million, 400 million in a quarter. That's fine. But when you make money, nothing can be negative.
Didn't they post a actual GAAP, or was it non-GAAP earnings per share at 2 cents or something like that? It wasn't the positive, right?
2 cents per share.
It was non-GAAP, okay.
And GAAP of 120 versus minus 128 last year. So
right. So either way you look at it, it was positive. It might have just crept over the line, but how many times have we seen it in the negative over the last 6 years? So
and I don't think BlackBerry will ever succeed to transform from a device company. When BlackBerry Mobile succeeds with the Key 1 and the next devices, people will still continue to think that this is BlackBerry and not BlackBerry Mobile.
Yeah.
I don't know how much Chen can succeed with this change.
Yeah. And just in case somebody's wondering what GAAP is, like what's in between my ears, it's actually GAAP, which is generally accepted accounting practice or procedures. So non-GAAP is just sort of almost sounds like wishful thinking, kind of the way they want to show their books. And GAAP is, if you had a proper accountant go in and go, this is this and that's that, and here's the bottom line. So either way you look at it, BlackBerry came out.
GAAP is after taxes, right, or something like this.
Sure, would need to be. If you want to see the bottom line, sure.
Yeah.
You okay there, Wayno?
Yeah, I'm just.
He's gapping.
Drifting off.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's moaning over there.
I'm napping.
Yeah, you look a little pissed off. I'm not sure about you, Wayno, today.
Neil said he's making sense again, so.
I always make sense.
2 in a row. So anyway, yeah, looking up, it's positive. I think they're doing exactly like Brad said, what they said they were going to do. Some people, well, everybody wants it to happen faster than it actually is, but like to see anybody do that, do what Chen's doing, plop you in front, in that position, throw money at you and see if you can do anything other than fail. So I'm impressed, and
most CEOs,
yeah, go ahead.
Most CEOs, I think, would trying to revive the BB10 devices or do something else, but none of them would probably do what Chen did and transform the company to cybersecurity software oriented company.
Yeah. See, there's the Transformers again. There's a theme here.
The thing is too, like going from a hardware company to a software company, when you're talking about revenue coming in, you're just not going to match that. You know, when you're talking about $10 licensing fees versus $700 cell phones, you know, I mean, it just kills me how much emphasis is put on revenue and hardly any emphasis is put on profit. You know, it's like profit should be the number that matters. It just should be. And they keep looking back at what BlackBerry was making, you know, 10 years ago as one of the top hardware manufacturers, and it's not going to match that. They could easily match the profit that they made and surpass the profit that they made while never matching the revenue again.
Yeah, I think that, you know, well, so much of the money that they made was on SAF, and it you know, the BlackBerry licensing deals they had with every freaking telco on planet Earth that wanted to offer a BlackBerry device, you know, and that's, they have to replace that. So SAF goes to zero, and they have to replace it with licensing deals to, you know, various vendors like TCL, Optimus, and others, and licensing for everything that they do, including you know, radar devices and whatnot. You know, hopefully the FedEx thing is true, and we see the impact of that next quarter. It must be a very, very recent piece of information if it wasn't, you know, boldly splattered all over the place. I mean, that was the first I heard of it.
I'm really looking forward to the Whatnot device.
I think it's a pilot that they're making with FedEx, and probably, or maybe they don't even sign the deal, and Chen just wanted to bring a big name
right
to the press conference.
You think they're in demo mode there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or beta testing.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I know with our customers, you get someone in that mode, it's yours to lose. So that's a positive. Gotta like it, he said, making sure that the silence didn't take over. So he kept talking about nonsense and bullshit so that, you know, there wouldn't be any more silence and stuff.
Well, what else do you guys want to talk about tonight?
I don't know. I just woke up.
We all zipped through those topics pretty quickly.
Did you want to talk about your thingy, Erica, or did you want to hold off on that?
We can, but that's all I got. So when that's over, it's done.
Well, there's potential that Roy may have a thingy to talk about after you're done talking about your thingy too.
This just is starting to sound weird.
I think it's just, I mean, Wayno, did you ever find a thingy? Okay, just checking.
Yeah.
That is the most perfect response ever.
Well, Dave was making me thirsty watching him drink that schooner.
So we need to
Sorry,
hear
buddy.
you drinking. We need to hear you drinking. Drink like Dave, silently.
Yes, everybody needs to drink like Dave. Oh, wait. That's probably not a good health.
Well, I could just leave that up to Brad, and every time I lift the glass, he could just mute me.
It was hard to bring you back from mute land there, buddy.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Something. All right, so Erica.
Yes, I'm giving away a case.
Yay!
Woo! If you guys, those of you watching, you might remember a few weeks ago I did a review of the Incipio cases for the Key 1, and I have the Black Dual Pro case that I am giving away.
Oh,
So,
the Dual Pro?
yes.
Can you
Brilliant
see the
case.
case?
No, because I'm not turning my camera on.
Oh.
I am not prepared to be on camera.
Why do I get
so
the feeling there's a bathrobe involved or
Oh
something?
no! I've been.
Yeah,
no.
That's the movie I got running in my head.
I've been busy working pretty much since I came home from work, so there was no prep time for the podcast.
Damn it! I totally primped. It was
I
just
can tell, Dave.
a little bit of
preen
there too. Yeah.
We appreciate it. So if you want to see the case, just go back and watch my review video because it's there. It's the Black Gold Pro. It's the 2-piece soft shell, hard shell case. And it has a drop rating of 12 feet. It's the most protective of the ones that I got from Incipio. The other ones didn't have that high a drop.
That's brilliant. I've got the DTEC 60 version, and it is awesome.
Yeah, I'm wearing the raspberry purple Gold Pro on my Q1 right now. So,
any rules for participation?
Yes.
Or
the way that the giveaway is going to work is that it's going to be on Twitter. You'll want to tag UTB Blog so that we see it, and then we're using the hashtag Q1Secure. And what you need to do is just tweet out what your favorite thing is about Q1 that keeps you secure. Because the Incipio case keeps your phone secure, but how does the Q1 keep you secure?
Nice.
So hashtag Q1Secure. Make sure you mention UTB Blog so that we see it, and we will announce the winner on next week's Blogcast.
Actually, if they use the, never mind. I'll just be quiet because I want UTB Blogs to be out there. Because if they use the hashtag, we can just search by the hashtag.
Yes,
but
I want us tagged on there too.
I do too.
So stop confusing the people.
High five.
I'm high-fiving. You just can't see me.
I turn on your camera so I can high-five you.
No.
Just stand to the side. Show us that case.
But yeah, I'll post a full post tomorrow on the site. I'm ignoring y'all. My camera is not being turned on. I'll post a full post on the site tomorrow with a picture of the case. And I'll give all the details again so that you can all see it in writing so there's no confusion.
Excellent. Well, somebody's going to be happy because that's a killer case. It's great.
Yep.
Do you know what the retail is on that case?
I want to say $29.99 USD.
Sounds
that'd actually be a good price for it too. So okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be nice if I had a Q1.
God, somebody pass Wayno a hanky.
But that's all I got to say. So if Roy has more, take it away, Roy.
After rescheduling for the last month, I think it's
yes,
it was, we had 1 month. Next week on Friday, 10 to 11 a.m. Pacific time, we're going to
3 a.m. Australian time.
Yeah, 8 p.m.
Somebody give him another hanky.
Yeah, we will interview Steve Sitsuli, General Manager and President of TCL North America. I hope this time everything will be okay and nothing will pop up. And we will do it. So stay tuned.
Right on, Roy. Steve Sistuli.
Really looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have some questions for him.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Fun. Time's gone by, so we have more questions.
Only Q1 and DDEC devices holders allowed to participate. Plus Wayno.
How woo!
Plus Wayno.
Yeah, peace to you too, brother.
To wake up at 3 a.m.
Yeah. We're just going to call you Hanky from now on.
You can trade in like 5 passports for one, Wayno.
There's only 4. Only 4.
Oh, 4.
And I'm
4.
actually going to sell a white one, so I want to get rid of the white one.
You can just leave. You can leave Australia if the time zones are not good for you.
Yeah.
That was disgust. Just wanted everybody to know that was Australian disgust.
Here's a question for the Key One owners. Sorry, Wayno.
Yeah, just mute me.
Brand spanking new, side by side, both current, both being updated. If you had the Key One and the Passport right now, what would you choose?
Hands down, Passport. But I don't have a Key One, so I think you're referring to Roy or Erica.
I am.
I can't.
You know what? I'll let Roy answer first. Let's think about that for a second.
I don't know what is my answer.
I don't think you can pick one or the other because they're so different.
They are different, and that's kind of what I got to thinking about today, which is what.
Of course, you can pick one. If you were going out and you could only take one device.
So what
would it be?
Would you choose?
Well, if I'm going out and only taking one device, it's going to be the Key One because my Passport is just a camera phone at this point. It's not hooked up to any network.
But that's what I mean. If they were both new, because
yeah,
I want to hear Roy. I want to hear Roy before I go through and upset some people.
Should you just mute me now?
If they're both were new, and I didn't know how much good the Passport from the beginning, I probably will choose the Key One because it's smaller, fit better to my hands. In my hands, I like the 4-row keyboard. Because I don't have the Hebrew language on my keyboard, I type blindly and I do it fast. And the camera, the Passport camera is not good enough for me. Yeah, I will take the Key One.
Like if I had the Passport and the Key One side by side and they were both current, you know what I'm saying? They're both current devices, both say they both have the same camera on them. I'm just talking about the form factor even more so than the operating system. I have no doubt I would go with the Key One right now. And the issue that I've run into that it really just, the Key One just put it into perspective for me is that since the Passport, pretty much every phone I've used since the Passport, and this is gonna sound like sacrilege, has made me like the Passport less to the point of almost even disliking the Passport. Because the Passport was a beast, right? It was by far the best BB10 phone we ever saw as far as its ability.
Still is.
There's no denying that. Yeah, it is a fully capable phone. But for a mobile device, you know, one of the things I love so much about it was that work wide, the wide screen. But one of the things that I really dislike about it now is that wide 3-row keyboard. It was just never, I never reached the point where I was comfortable on it. I thought I was, but then when I moved onto the Classic, like I realized how quickly I just jumped back into Classic land and then even into that Classic keyboard. And then the Priv, I love the Priv keyboard compared to the Passport keyboard, which I know I'm maybe the only person that would ever say that. The other phone that I've carried around with me during the time I've had my Priv has been the Leap. And I've still got my Passport, right? So, I mean, I could have easily been using the Passport instead of the Leap. It's just the Passport I've just kind of left by the wayside now. And I totally think it's the form factor because, yes, there's no denying the Passport was extremely capable and was a beast when it came to getting stuff done. But as far as just comfort, I think it may be strictly from a comfort standpoint, just comfort. I think it's like the worst BlackBerry I've ever owned, even though it is the most capable BlackBerry I've ever owned. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. I found that too, and it took me ages to get used to it. But now that I am used to it, I don't like the keyboard on the Priv. I find it too cramped. I find it too small, and I'm constantly looking at the buttons to, for symbols and things like that. I just cannot get back into, the keyboard on that. I have so much trouble on that. The Passport, I'm just using it all the time, and it just feels natural now. So that's kind of, I know the keyboard on the Priv is kind of recessed, and you do have those edges. It's sunk in a little bit, and a lot of people have said that. They've noticed that the typing on the Priv is a little bit harder. I really want to give the Key One a go. I was never really fast at typing on the Bolds before, but I found the Passport has been the quickest device for me to be able to type on. It has taken me a lot longer to get used to typing, but I am used to that now. So if you're not using yours, send it over and I'll have 5.
Yeah. You want the AT&T version to match your to complete your set?
That's the only version I don't have, and I think there was a did BlackBerry release, was that the official gold version, or was that just an aftermarket?
No, there was
official.
Yeah, I want that.
I think
Rob had one.
I think Rob's got it back now, because I know John had it for a while, and I think John bought it off of Rob, and I think Rob bought it back.
The Key One.
Which Rob are we talking about here? American Rob?
Yeah.
Okay.
Brad, did you know?
I'll have to bribe him.
When you use the Key One and you want to write on landscape mode,
yeah,
the virtual keyboard will automatically appear.
Yep.
And you also can use a virtual keyboard.
Yeah. So much keyboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. I just I mean, because I look at this and the Passport SE was by far the sexiest phone I had ever seen. And I put that in my blog post I did last night. It was like classy industrial, which how the heck do you have classy industrial, right? Because I mean it looks like a classy phone, fancy, but it's industrial. I just it's perfect. It's perfect all the way around. And that SE, it just looked amazing. And then you look at the Key One, and it's the same design aspects that made that SE so great looking, but it fits in the hand like nothing else, right? That it just the two-handed use of the Passport, I never complained about it when I had the Passport. I think it took me about 2 weeks to get used to typing on the Passport, and it took me longer than that to get fast at it. And I loved it the entire time. It was my primary phone. I'm not going to.
I think.
But
your trouble, Brad, was you always had difficulty getting used to using two hands.
For anything.
That silenced him, didn't it?
Yeah, I wanted to let that one hang. Yeah.
Look,
because everything I want to say, I can't say. So you just came up with your own mute button right there.
I stumped you.
You did.
Look, the silver Passport is very nice. I started off with the original black, and then I acquired a white one, which was nice, but I didn't really use that because I'm in the service industry. My hands get quite dirty. I never really played with the white one because I didn't want to get it dirty. The silver one, I bought that one, and it was amazing looking device, really classy, industrial, as you say. But when it comes to the Passport, in fact, for me, any phone, that red one, that is just wicked. I love that red one. that's my pride and joy.
I can see your beer's getting excited.
It's getting empty too.
Well, I don't have a key one to compare it to, but I compare an awful lot of phones and my most recent phones to the Passport. And to me, Passport, it is an amazing piece of machinery, and you know, not only from a work-wide perspective, but I personally love the keyboard, and I don't mind the two-handed thing. Doesn't bother me at all. The audio on the thing, which I pick on quite often on a new phone, is excellent. The reception of it, as a telephone call quality, is second to freaking none. I don't know how many times I went to a ridiculously noisy server room and nobody even really knew it was the noise cancellation and the radios, just second to none. Fantastic device. So to me, it's something that it's hard to compare to that phone. That's an amazing piece of technology.
Yeah, I agree. And to the three of you that do have the key one, have you noticed any issues or difference with the reception compared to, say, a Priv or a Passport? Sorts of poor reception. I don't know whether that's network or whether it's the device itself. But how have you found
try to get reception in the mountains? Those guys have a bad reception.
No, look, people have reported, reception issues inside their house, and have had to walk out the front to get better reception. One thing I found with the Passport and the Z30, both of those devices having the Paratech antenna, was the reception was outstanding.
Yeah.
But how have you found the reception? Yeah, I think the Z30 was a little bit better than the Passport. It just had amazing reception. I used to see a customer that was in a shopping centre, and I'd have to go down into the loading dock, and it was like 2 levels underground. And I did have the Z10 before the Z30, and you did have no reception down there. And once I got the Z30, it was full bars of reception down there, and you could walk anywhere down in that loading dock area. It was quite a big area, and it would have reception all the way through. The Passport, not quite as good, but it would still have pretty good reception down there. Have you noticed anything, Brad?
No, not at all. I mean, honestly, I've had the phone for 2 days now, and I've probably had 3 phone calls, but I haven't had any issues. Like, I just don't use my phone as a phone. I use it for everything but a phone.
But it would affect data and things like that too. I mean, if you're...
No, I've had no problems. Not at all.
No problems?
Not at all.
Well,
I'm in an area where, internet is hard to come by sometimes. And no, I've had 0 problems.
I'd heard that there was 1 or 2 people that were having reception problems, and those people ultimately took a SIM card out of an existing device and popped it in the key one, and why not, expected the same performance. And oddly enough, and I can't prove this because I'll further the story a little, but apparently going and getting a new SIM card and resetting up your APNs, access point names, to be the proper thing that your carrier specific APN should be, solved the problem. So I'm
talking pretty high tech. The average user is not going to know about that,
No, I know that.
The average user.
So the moral of that story is get a new SIM, which will likely cost you nothing, or $5 or $10, if your carrier is a ripoff, they might charge you $5 or $10, and make sure that the APN is set up at the store properly for the network that you're on. That's the moral of that story. And I'll also ever so slightly further this by saying that I went and looked at my APN and tried to add a new APN setting according, which is different than here's me popping a SIM in that originally lived in a Passport, and then went into a Priv and now lives in a DTEC 60. And I went in and tried to set up my APN the recommended way, and it would stick for like a minute and then revert back to the APN that somehow obviously is stuck in this SIM card. So I'm tempted to go get a new SIM for my phone and start again. And during that minute, I had better reception. No, not kidding.
That happened. It wasn't the same thing, and it wasn't reception, but I ran into all kinds of problems on one of my phones. It may have been the Classic, and I remember I couldn't get MMS messages. I couldn't get picture messages. That's what started out the issue.
Yep.
But then it just all went to hell, and couldn't figure out anything. I'm going through and I'm changing the APNs and I'm searching out how to do it and what I need for my carrier. And it was the same sort of thing. After being on the phone with my carrier for hours, felt like hours anyway, I just went down to the store, put a new SIM card in, restarted my phone, no problem. Everything was beautiful. So, I mean, you very well could have an amazing point there, Dave.
Well, take a picture because it only happens once a year if you're lucky. So I think I might take my own advice and go visit a telestore. They are the kind of people that would charge me $10. But if that's all it took, I'm in.
It'd still be better than what I went through with AT&T today. Just saying.
Yeah. Indeed.
Kind of makes me wish I didn't do all those Dear John letters when UTB was new. Making fun of John here. So yeah,
the things we regret.
I made it to go to T-Mobile, and seeing as how he was the first person on Twitter to ever block me, that may be difficult.
Yeah, your SIM is banned. Oh well. So last week we were talking about the beta for the hub. And I was sniveling about my BBM icon being just a dot that would change to a D or an R depending on what was going on. Everything functioned properly, but I was missing my BBM icon in the hub. And Wayno was saying, how he was able to fix his. I tried that, and I tried something else, and that didn't work. But what did work for me was going into settings and setting BBM back to factory defaults as an app, and then going and re-upgrading it, and that fixed it for me.
What's funny? I'm not in the beta, and I got the BlackBerry Hub services update. After I updated, I saw the dot in the hub, and then I received the BlackBerry Hub update, and then everything is fixed. So
yeah, I don't know whether it was the beta version only that mucked that up, but I was in the beta version as well, and what I actually did was it was hub services that I updated, and it was a standalone update, and that's what broke it for me. So I went in and disabled hub services, which basically gives you the option to restore it to the factory default app or whatever, and then went in and re-enabled it or had to reinstall it, and that cleared the issue for me. But a few people that I know of that aren't on the beta version have got the update and are now noticing that dot. So, but then the funny thing was, I did get another update. I think yesterday morning I received another update, and it didn't affect it. I was sort of thinking, oh, here we go, we're going to see the same problem again. But no, it didn't affect it. So I don't know. I'd love to know what the issue is there, because it has affected some on beta, some on just that aren't on beta, that are getting the normal updates. It's affecting some devices, not others. It's a strange one, that one.
Yeah, it's a good one.
You know, I never lost it. I was good on my Priv, and I got my key one, and I was using it, and everything was great. And then all my updates rolled in, you know, on a new phone. Everything's got to update, and I lost it. Now, there's no way I was going to whine about it. I mean, I was too happy about the phone to worry about a little icon. I was still complaining about my Splat, or my Spark, I guess. And then like the next day, I swear we got another update, and it fixed it itself.
Yeah.
And last week we spoke about video chats, video uploading to groups.
Yes. Yes.
And we said it is only for chats, and we were wrong.
Yes, you're right. We were wrong.
It's for groups. And since the update, all I see in groups is videos. People just uploading videos like they never did it before in any other platform.
Spam, 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 spam.
It's pretty nice.
Kind of it is a great feature, but it's a little annoying for BB10 users, because you do see when someone posts a video, you basically see a notification that you need to update BBM. And the worst part of that is you click the update and it takes you to the Apple Store, which, you know, I'm just curious to know whether...
Seriously?
Yeah, it does. And I'm curious to know, I was going to try it and forgot about it, but I was going to play around and see whether I could install an Android version of BBM from the Play Store and see what that does.
It destroys the world.
Does it?
You know, I don't know what it does anymore. I know Dave was around at that point. We had it in our first group way back when, before UTB. We had this guy, Peter, in our group, and he did that. It was like right when the Android version came out, he sideloaded it, and it destroyed our group. It knocked all of us out of all of our groups. It was just like horrible. And like people that didn't even know he was doing what he was doing found themselves kicked out of all of their groups. Their BBM was screwed up.
Yeah, it was a BBM bomb.
It was. Anybody that had any contact with this guy, his name was Peter, but now we'll just call him a dick. He knocked everybody out of everything.
He's a nice guy. Come on.
Well, I won't go trying that then, eh?
But I mean, that was the very first version. I'm sure that doesn't happen anymore, but it was enough to make sure that I didn't want to ever try it again.
Yeah, that was the version that they threw out there and then pulled, right?
Yeah. If you're running BBM from Android and BBM from BB10 on a BB10 device, can you run two different accounts?
No, it won't run at all today. It needs a newer runtime.
Okay.
Doesn't work at all.
But the videos are pretty cool. There are few fixes that I would do. This could run much more faster than what it now. And it can be uploading much faster than what it uploading now.
The videos, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
I really thought the video would be something that I wouldn't use. And I mean, I think I've only put up like 2 or 3 videos in our group, but I think it's great. You know, there's one thing that was totally useful. And then there's one thing that was just fun because we have, you know, somebody else sent me a picture of a kangaroo just sitting there chewing. So that's what goes to Wayno now. And that was extremely useful to be able to put up a kangaroo for Wayno in the group, even though he was on his passport and couldn't see it. It made me feel better.
And that's the thing. You see a video pop up, and I've got to grab the priv and have a look at it on the priv. But look, another issue that I was kind of asked to raise was enterprise update on Android BBM, and I've got a group that I'm in that does have a couple of enterprise users, and when they did that enterprise update, they lost access to the group, so they can no longer be a participant in that group, which was you know, kind of frustrating for them. They can so the only way around it for us was for one of those guys to start a group chat. So it's not actually a group, it's just a multi-person chat basically. And unfortunately you do lose a few of the features of the group. So I would like to see enterprise users being able to get access back to groups again. Whether that's possible or not, I don't know. I don't think it's not possible because it was there. It's just been removed with the latest update. I don't know the reason why.
Well, that was one of the frustrations of when it went from, I guess, no, not when it went from protected to enterprise, but that last major update to the enterprise, it lost all that stuff. And it said that in the update notes. I mean, there was no surprise there. It told you exactly what it was going to do. But, you know, we've been told that be patient, that enterprise is still really in its infancy, right? Yeah. So it's not like it's something that they're just saying it's not going to happen, but be patient.
No, but the feature was there. I mean,
why you're on
No, I'm not on enterprise. I'm on protected on BB10. It's a couple of guys in the Aussie group that are on enterprise and have been for quite a while and have been a part of the group. But when they did that update, they lost all the groups. So we had to create a separate multi-person chat just to stay in contact. So I would say it's more than likely just a glitch at this point due to the update. I'm hoping that it does come back. And so are those guys, because they don't want to have to cancel their enterprise subscription just to go back to the standard BBM. I did read, I know that people lost their channels and stickers and things like that, but was it actually mentioned in that update about losing groups?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they were very upfront about that. There was nothing hidden.
Well, I'm wondering whether it's a security issue that they've decided to get rid of that. You know, it was working before.
Well, that's one way to keep you secure. Don't let you talk to people.
Well, that's it.
Let's keep your privacy.
Going back to the videos in group just for a sec. The morning that it came out or whatever, I upgraded and hopped in my car and you know, just for a couple 100 feet or whatever, was taking video as I drove around the corner in my hood, leaving my house. And as was suggested by Roy, it did take quite a while to have that video uploaded to the group or to the server to be displayed in the group. And then after I listened to it, when I got back to when I got to my office, I went and listened to it, and holy crap, is that thing compressed. So there's a couple things going on. There's your upload speed, which may or may not be the pits, you know, depending on where you are and what your signal is like. then those servers are live compressing what you're doing. And what was noticeable to me was the audio, and Brad can certainly attest to this because he takes care of all of our blogcasts, turning them into audio for podcast. And if you compress it just like one step too many, the audio sounds like crap. It sounds like you're speaking through a paper towel tube or something like that in the bathroom. You know what I mean? And
How
so
often
that's
do you do that, Dave.
Well, every once in a while I run out of paper towel, and then I run into the bathroom and check it out. Anyway,
I think this
yeah,
new
still
feature,
sounds that way.
I think the video feature is the first feature we see after the migration with Python.
Yeah,
Am I right to pronounce it?
I think so. Python.
Well,
Python.
I mean, remember a few iterations back that we got the ability to share video person to person. And if you ever tried that, that compresses exactly the same. I mean, it's really no different than what we're seeing in group. I think people are just noticing it now because people are playing with it in group.
So you actually get sound, do you? I didn't really notice that.
Well,
I've only probably watched one or two
chewing
videos.
kangaroo doesn't have a sound to it. It's just a chewing kangaroo.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's why I didn't really notice the sound. I think that was probably only one of the...
Yeah, no, I was babbling
The
as I went
videos
around
I
the
watched.
corner saying, you know, this is where I'm going, or I forget what I said or whatever.
When
And then
we
when I
are
listen to
sharing
it later, it's like, holy crap. You
when we
know,
are sharing a video,
No, you just really sound like that, Dave.
I guess so too, yeah. It's this thin air up here in Canada, eh?
when we are
Canada
sharing
Bill.
a video on the UTB group, we should send Wayno a photo.
Do a screenshot of the video.
Yeah.
Yeah. With a meme caption saying, for Wayne.
Anything else we have to say?
We went through on my list.
What else is there to talk about? I mean, the share thing, that, or the Q1 results, that was the big one.
Yeah.
Well, we've been going for over an hour because we've heard Brad's mum's grandfather clock chiming twice.
Yeah.
Ah, that's
And
what.
negative Hillary.
I thought, yeah, Brad, I think she needs to make an appearance.
For those
Special guest.
For people that wonder why I would possibly have, you know, a Yoda and Jason sitting behind me on the regular blogcast, when I come over to my folks' house and I'm in my old room, which is now my mom's office, and I see this sitting behind me, I think I come by it naturally. Just saying.
You know, there's a surprising likeness there, Brad.
She sings and dances. Just saying. Yoda doesn't even do that.
I don't know, man. That thing would scare me at night.
Well, that's why, you know, I've got a scary, you know, serial killer behind me at my house, and I got a scary serial killer here in this house. So, you know, it's all good.
Oh, hello, Dolly.
Hello, Chucky.
Yeah.
So this is a time to say good night.
Yes, it is.
I think so.
I'd say that was an exit strategy. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to try it again. Try and be here next week. We're going to try and be here next week with Steve Sestuli of BlackBerry. Wish us luck.
It's going to be success.
Stay tuned for Erica in CPO Kess giveaway.
Yeah. What's that hashtag again? Get it out there.
No, that's not the hashtag, Dave.
Oh, the hashtag. What? Come on, man. You got to win the case.
What are we talking about now?
Wake up,
You're-
Erica.
Your bathrobe.
What's the hashtag for the giveaway, Erica?
It's hashtag Key1 Secure.
Key1 Secure.
Cool.
Yeah. Don't forget that. Bump it up.
Oh, and UTB employees are not allowed to participate.
Yeah, make sure of that.
Just saying.
Except for Wayno.
I can't use it anyway. Yeah.
You don't get it. You don't get it.
I'll sell it on eBay. Sell it to someone who does have a key one.
If Wayno wins it, it's $100 shipping.
Yeah.
Somebody will please send Wayno a Key1 picture.
Yeah, BlackBerry Mobile, if you're listening, I need a key one.
Hey, I had to ship something to Wayno, but instead I just, had Chap fly over here, pick it up, and fly back.
Yeah, that's cheaper.
Yeah, and it probably got here quicker too.
I thought we already said goodnight.
Only in between it leaving you and getting to me, it was used.
I didn't use it. It was fresh when I sent it to you.
It's in a good way.
Okay, Brad, hit the button.
Yeah.
Good night.
Good night.
Skia.